Hello everyone, I'm just going to continue the best of 11 here between Raphael and Kick. So the map that's been chosen for this, because I believe that Raphael's up 2-1, so Kick would have picked this map, which is Nova Assault. You can see all the Nova that's in the centre of the map here. And the big sort of gimmick around this map is that for some reason there seems to be tons and tons of Rancors and sometimes Crate Dragons, just all sorts of neutral beasts that can actually be lured. So if you were to build a medic, which is one of the units you can build in tech level 1 out the command center, you can stop building workers to make a medic, you can use it to lure these animals, delete it on location in your opponent's base, and then they've got to deal with all that nonsense. So going into this map, there's some nerfs and a couple of lures maybe, just a Flump. 2 Flumps there, and you see that Kick's actually found a nice good group of Rancors, he knows about them. So maybe that's the plan. Might not want to build it right away because they've got stuff to get, you know, get a carbon processor and that, but you can get it at some point and then lure them over. There's some EOPs over here as well. But it looks like Raf's got some really nice EOPs. If you look at these, they're right next to the command center. That's crazy actually. You could actually eat that right now. I would shoot that. This lad would be killing this. Be all over that. Beautiful. Beautiful map and balance right there. But will he find enough Rancors? Because this is all about the Rancors. Look like Kick's managed to get his full ump without aggroing the ire of these beasts. The medic's out. He's found 4 over here. He does know there's 4 over here though, so I wonder where this boy's going next. Tour de Rancor. Last stop, Raphael's carbon line. Oh, you might see this coming. Not really much you can do about it though, you just you can maybe try and shoot it with a scout, but pain. You see they move at the right speed that the Rancors won't. Normally they just shouldn't drop off. They can get like body blocked a little bit and stop, but you can go back and collect them. Like this one here. So you can go back and collect it. It's just because the stuff in the pathing. So he's going to have to go back because this one's stopping as well. But on average they run at the right speed. Go get all 4. Let's go. We just build another bloody medic and get the rest of them. It's just so debilitating to deal with. But you need to pay attention because you can't just lose the medic there. See, Kick is so busy getting his Rancors that he's been housed for about 12 days here, and he's not worked out what he's doing with his food. Oh, there's a Flump there. There's a 3rd Flump. But in it comes. He's going to try and kill the medic to at least keep these in the command center range. You see he's got this worker, he's trying to take the aggro. So what you can maybe do, and what you really should do in these instances, is try and just run them back. You just sack the worker. That's the way it has to be done. You throw the worker away, and you take the Rancors right back to your opponent. This is less grief, just killing this worker, than having to deal with these, because they've got so much health. They take so long to die. They've each got 150 life. But you can see that Kick's was shooting it with the scout. He's got it trapped, and now he's just going to die to the Rancors. So he's lost absolutely nothing here in this regard. He's not even going to have to deal with these. Now, this medic is maybe going to collect those 4, this 4 over here, and hopefully this 4. If he drops 12 Rancors on him, that's going to be pain. It looks like he's even sending a worker out to just go and grab these. I'm sure he knew about these. I guess not. Interesting. Sending the worker to do what the medic's the way to do. I don't know, Kick. Can we get on these EOPs though? He's going to have plenty of time probably. Wow, there's so many more Rancors he could be getting. I'm disappointed. I'd love to see 12 Rancors dropped on someone. He wouldn't be able to pull them back with 1 worker. They would just split off and hit about 3 different things. Back they come. And that's going to slow the production of the food down. He's big brained it again. But if the scout comes and hits it again, I honestly think this map should just be banned because it's just it's stupid. I think Kick should be doing a better job of learning the location of these beasts. Get them all dropped. And the worker's gotten trapped here. And it's just going to die. Not actually managed to pull them around. If Kick grabbed them all and went from an angle, I'd just go round the command centre. Then there's nothing to do with it, no chance to stop it. Oh, I'm not sure what is going on here. We've got Mistful Lump here, and we're long distance mining the shorefish. And it is some distance. They even got to walk around. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. Power core going down here, troop centre up. But I'm thinking Kick's thinking about T3. He's got absolutely no eco though. I don't know about this. You've only got four workers on these OPs. You've got 5 nerfs. What is he doing? And then he's gonna get mounted. He's gonna die. He's just dead. Surely. Because he's just gonna get knocked off his OPs now. And if what could have been. I don't know why Rap's dropping the 3rd troop centre. 3rd troop centre right now. We've barely got Nova income. Not really any food income. Kick making a sort of pseudo wall to put his power core around. But just no eco. Still going to need 200 food. I'm going to have to buy it probably. Can't sell ore anymore either because we've got 95, not 100. This Flump would have made all the difference. The exact amount we need is contained within this beast. What Kit could have been doing as well is just throwing workers onto Nova and just bought food with it. Heavy Mounties, he's upgraded them. Don't really have much of them out on the map though. Did cancel that 3rd troop centre it seems. It's much better spent on some farms. Speed this up a little bit. It's going to be really bad when you can't defend this animal nursery. Because they're like paper mache Mounties. God, this is some Kick gaming right here. I'm going to have to take a screenshot of that for the Discord. And these are going to get in here. Kick's still not even clicked T3 yet. Not selling the carbon, buying the food. Just losing workers. I think he's got some decent armour, take a while to die, and then more coming in. He's just gonna die, I'm afraid. Might as well prematurely update this. Very, very dead. Try and repair it, but then what does he defend himself with when he hits 2-3? Nothing. The nurse gets stolen. Got barely any workers, got no income, he's got no economy. It's not worked out. Oh, what could have been. Where are the rankers? Calls GG there, we'll move on to the next one. Just check that is the next one. Yep, so it looks like we're on Geonosis. Must be Kick's pick as well. Which is sort of like desert, but a little bit different. It's got some like cliffs and stuff. And then these lads, the Auries. Few Rancors. Some Reeks. Not seen any Acklays or Nixus or anything. I think they can spawn, not too sure. But looking at the food on this, there's not really any lurable food. There's a group of EOPs, and once again, very unethical EOPs right next to Raphael's command set. I mean, these are great, and this is like 500 food. 460 food or something. I mean, no, it is 500, 520 maybe. 140 each. You have to do a bit of micro though. Make them deposit it, because they'll store it all the way up to 35. But you need to get to 50, deposit that food, get the worker queued. So Kick on the other hand is just going to have to farm off from the get-go here. So you're going to have to get to 5 or 6 farms just to maintain worker production. I do think this is going to have a slight edge, because you can see he can get his carbon processor now. Kick spent about 350 carbon, whereas Raph here spent 200. Let's have a look at the population. He's already up a worker. There's these Auries as well, which would be nice to grab up, because each of them's about 300 food. You just can't lure them. You just have to. They're sort of like Fambas. Just gotta gun them down. Right, I'm speeding this up because this is just boring. Watching people build farms. So I don't know if Raph not going to go for these. Putting these guys back on a carbon. I think these would have been worth it. No, he's not actually seen them. It looked like he saw them with a scout, but apparently not. I think they would be quite magical. Kick, try to do some AoE 2 antics. Pushing the EOP to his command center. In fact, no, this is Raph donating this to him. Let's try to give it to him. Let's try to, maybe he's feeling bad. Feeling bad about the EOPs. Almost had me fooled there. He's going to do it again. I don't know if this is demoralizing though for your opponent to just be giving you food like that. And this Ori's sort of wandered close to the base here. He's going to grab that up as well. It's not too terrible, but I believe Kick is 3 workers behind. Or 2. It's about 2. We'll say 2. Quite a bit. We're just waiting for the farms and the food to build up. Interesting, on to ore. Are we just getting too creative at this point that we feel we need to do a turret rush or something? Or maybe it just feels I shouldn't have built all my farms around this food processor over here. I might need another turret. Let's see, Kicks can afford to go up, Raph's already up. So we'll see what will come of this. Could be a T3, could do the double turret T3, you'll have some extra ore so you can get your buildings. Kick dropping the troop centre, no power core as of yet though. Farms are starting to run out as well, which is like one of the annoying parts of this for him in comparison. Because Raf's got a little bit before he has to drop his newer farms. So we're going to do the 2 buildings, so I think this is just to make 2 turrets if necessary. And Kick's getting the memo there and going straight onto Nova. But he's going to be very behind here. Because if you look at the difference in the food, dropping the double turrets. I don't even think he needs to do that. Kick doesn't even want to make any troopers, I don't think. It's just the rush is going to come too late. Oh. We had a bit of ethical gaming here with the AOPs, but now the unethical is coming as he starts delaying the spaceport. Not that it really makes much difference because Kick's struggling here. Look at the farm count. It's just he's all over the place here. They've got 300 carbon and we've got like 100 food. And then it's T3 now. Like one trooper getting in there, but yeah, it doesn't make a difference. Not rebuilt these farms here, he's just sent them all over at carbon. Power core dropping. 11 in the chat with the evil laugh. And Kick's going to immediately be on the defensive now. He's dropping a turret here. This is a really, really, really nice carbon though. Look at this. Oh, there's Acklys. Forget about the Acklys, that's not a good part of the carbon. But this cliff, if you look at that, this sort of safety area, if you just do a little bit of walling here. Oh my god, even this connects as well. It's an incredible base. It's so disappointing that he's just going to get strike mech to death here. Let's hope he can pull out a decent defense. The base is definitely going to help him defend this, because you see he's creating this choke now. The turrets on the outskirts here. They're going to put on the pressure to the strike mechs when they want to harass. What Kick will need to do is get some farms here, and I think what Raf's going to have to do on the counter of this is he's going to have to get some air. He's going to be able to shoot from here if he notices. But that's really about it. This is such a nice base. This base is so aesthetically pleasing, you can tell that I'm now more interested in this game. I was actually a little bit bored, but I'm liking the base. It's beautiful. I like it. I like these safe areas to farm in between carbon. It pleases me. It pleases my GBG autism. So forward command center here, so he's just figuring, alright, I'm just going to get more ahead. I think the dropping the air bases would have been the great move here. Again, I want to see another food processor and some farms, because look at, you can afford it. All this carbon, you're stuck in T2. You're like the abandoned wing in a team game right now. Oh, I could even wall this, right? Wall and gate, and then this area is completely safe as long as we don't piss off the Acklys. But and then you could just get rid of this, I guess. Grab up so much land. It's a little bit shit that there's the ore out here and then it's out here exposed. Can't get on the ore, but this is bold. What if he attacked ground there, hoping he would surge forward? 2 command centers. Definitely going to be ahead in workers, but you don't let him Kick get into it. See, he's trying to think of like a way to harass, but he just can't. Doesn't want to enter the murder zone. That's why I think the air bases would have been great. It's second mech factory now. So I think maybe the plan here is he's dropped these command centers, he's going to get a bit more farms here, he's just going to push with more mech destroyers and more upgrades from the war center, I suppose. What he can really do beautifully though with Kick turtling here is you can just grab this area, put a fort down here, and then you've locked them off both ore and a Nova pile. These strike mechs intercepting these ones here in the middle of the map. But Kick, not giving a fuck. He's running forward and he's just going to be annoying and shoot at workers here. Which is the best thing he could be doing right now, because it's giving him time to work out how he's going to grab up this area before he gets a forward dropped on it. Look at the safety. Air would ruin his life though. He had no ore, no access to it. It's actually surprising because Raph is a player that does favour fighters quite a lot. But no second command centre as he get. Feels bad, man. So we look at the populations, he's almost double, so he's probably got about 40 more workers than Kick. Or near enough that. And that's going to get further exaggerated now because of the surplus of resources and how it works. We'll be able to drop a fourth and a fifth command centre very soon. But that can't work out a good way or a good angle to get in here against Kick. Kick does have these Grens, and he's got the 3 MDs. Defending his ore here. Nice little connection there, killed off a couple of strikes. So it's really going to be macro versus micro in this game. The walls are very good, considering how open Raph's base is. Looks like he's getting reeked though. Revenge of the wildlife. Doesn't take kindly to these droids that have moved in. God, they're fucking him up. Lost a worker. Nature is angry. So, 2 workers or so for a couple of strike mechs. I don't really think it's worth that. I think what Kick should really be doing is just counter-attacking now, because he's so behind, he needs to put the pressure on. Just counter-attack and that should open the map up for him and hopefully he can get some command centres and stuff down. He's got 1 in here. Fire out the workers. Letting Raph get more mech destroyers together again. Which I don't recommend for Kick to be doing. I feel like he just needs to get on top of them and just one tap as many mech destroyers as he possibly can to try and eliminate that deficit of the worker gap between the two of them. I know the scores are close, but like the economies are just not at all. And then with this shield going up as well, I want to wait a little bit and let the shield build up, but he's going straight forward, so the shield's actually going to do nothing just now. He's got nothing to do with the Grens. But if Kick lets him get set up, he's just going to have artillery. And that's not going to be too great. Second shield generator, he can be a little bit premature. Because I think he could have had control of this area and then got a bit closer so it would cover this. I think the fort would be amazing as well, just to stop you getting overrun. Which is perhaps only danger, is getting overrun. Remember again, if you could shut this area off, it'd be so good. Pummel versus MDs. No. All these units running forward. Oh, stop it. This is match fixing. Rigged. Let's try to make the series close. He's been so ahead here. See the pops. We still see 60 population ahead, and that's just really workers. Wait, are we still on 3 command centers? Yeah. I feel like there needs to be a cut. You can afford them, really. Because look at how oversaturation here. This looks like Kick's carbon line in game 1. Oh, sneaky. Risk would be proud of this one. Needs to steal up that ore. A lot of idles. I feel like the fatigue's kicking in here as the games go on. I believe Raf had work in the day, so he's come home and now he's got to play Kick and these abominable 1v1s. Look at that. The destroyer droid getting involved. It's like he's T4, he's got a shield. Some big shots here from the MDs. The Grens try to chip in a little bit. There's a lot more room for Raf to micro though, and he can keep himself in that sort of staggered position because he's got the two overarching shields. I'm not sure where all his money's gone. There's so many workers. Let me check a couple of things just quickly. Because of his carbon upgrades, okay. I was wondering if there was maybe missing an upgrade or two. Ah! I know that feel. I do this all the bloody time, guys. He's not got his motivators. That is why he's not just swimming in cash. Because you would think with that many workers on carbon, on foods, that you'd just be like 3k at this point. He's missing the motivator, so it's keeping kicking a little bit here. And he is still rallying from like just these MDs, mech destroyers, mech factories, god damn. Mech factories he's built in his base. Oh, here's two now that have been dropped, that's good. So the numbers should really swell up. He just needs to swell up and overwhelm them. He really wants to make pummels work. Artillery would really just be the play, especially because you've knocked them off this Nova. Because then you've got two Nova. So, what is this map? 3 Nova piles. Is this meant to be his ones? Some bad trades here from Raf, it seems. He's went too far forward and Kick has come forward and pushed him back a little bit. But it's very easy for him to replace them. He's getting more and more mech factories down. There's an artillery now. Unfortunately, spawning right into the turret. Might need a bit of a repair. And Kick is just one-tapping mech destroyers, getting as much value out of his units as he can. Because he's not got too much eco behind it. Don't know if he's got research tracking. Kick's definitely got motivator though. Hasn't got research tracking yet. Not seen anyone go and grab up hollows in these games either. Just a lot of dancing back and forth. What? That's not good, he's lost his power core. Pummels are doing a little bit better now that the MDs are all stuck here. I think losing that building's just made things easier for Kick in terms of his micro. Maybe making fighters and storing them in their air base. I don't know if he's planning to maybe send these out. There shouldn't really be any anti-air. Be a little bit of a harassment tool. Oh, he is T4, apparently. Should have upgraded these to fast fighters. Because they'll just like one-shot everything. These would have done a lot of damage if they were fast fighters. Please. It's not that expensive. 200, 200. It's forced out a couple of turrets around the base. He's actually made a lot of turrets. He just doesn't want to deal with that shit. Oh, the Rancors. They have awoken. It's a bit downtime here. Neither player with the cannons. Now, I hope we can appreciate how beautiful some cannons over here would be. Truly. Wrath, I think, should just put a little bit more effort into swallowing up the map here. Get some presence on this right hand side as well. Just sort of strangle kick, starve them out of everything. Oh no. Can't be doing that. So you might be wondering why nobody's upgraded to heavy mech destroyers, and it's because these are actually bugged in the game. And I don't know the exact figures, but they do an awful lot of damage that they shouldn't do to mechs while they're mech destroyers. If you upgrade them, you sort of lose that bonus. So you can just get the health upgrade. So they've got 250 health and they're doing all this extra damage. Here's the cannon now. Kick's sort of getting pushed back. He's trying to kite into his shield here. Got a lot of carbon, but it's going to lose the shield. He's actually upgraded to heavy mech destroyers now. Right, so it's Wrath, so forget what I said, they don't seem to care about that. They're whipping out the heavy mech destroyers. Certainly probably why they've done the upgrades in that order, they weren't going to last. So. Shield going down. Kick really losing access to a lot of his base here. I'm not really sure what his out is here. I mean, Mounties would be good, like a lot of Mounties, surprise Mounties. But it just seems to be he's trading mech destroyers and mech destroyers, and the guy with the better eco and the ability to spam them is going to win that. His only hope would really be like he wipes the army, and I don't think he's going to manage to do that just making mech destroyers. A new power core coming down here, and then there'll be a new shield. We're going to make some units here to just shoot the units. Shoot the workers. Cannon coming forward now that there's a shield, and he's going to just go for his shield. His kick tries to upgrade his one. He's going to surge forward and try to one tap this boy. Yep. It's a good call. Shield is his lifeblood. Shield and just try to be annoying and lure the units forward. Telling you boys, you eat this over, you build a fort here, and you just make cannons and an air cruiser, and you just harass this side of the base. Be beautiful. Kick taking some trades here, and it doesn't look like he's coming off the victor. Cannon now going for the shield as well, and as these numbers get lower and lower, his ability to kill the cannons is going to go down. Second cannon arriving now. He's added on these extra mech factories and he's trying to get more mech destroyers out on the scene. He's having to spend all of his ore repairing this. Does manage to kill the one that's hitting it just now. But these strike mechs are flooding into his eco now, and he needs all his mech destroyers over here. And it's almost like he's not paying attention, because he's just losing so many more workers. He's already behind in that regard. Raph grabbing up some holocrons now, I think. The Jedi Temple. Get that Nova income started. Like, the scores have been sort of close all game, but it's never really been a close game. Because Raph's just been so much further ahead in his eco. And it's just been guaranteed to be that way since T2. Oh, there are more workers down here. Even Rancor's hitting his workers. As he gets overrun at the shield generator gonna go down. It's not like Raph's like been playing to win this game, he's just been playing not to lose. Just getting further ahead with the command centers, getting the eco up. It's just that fatal mistake of like not making the motivators. It's just made this game a lot closer than it could have been. I do imagine he got them. Yeah. We'll never know. I'm not going back. Fuck it. I'm moving on. What's the next one? So that was 714. 757. And that'll be a win for Raph. So that's 4-1. So we're on to game 6 now. Let's get into it. So again, we're on Geonosis. This time, oh, this is. What is this? Cruelty. So the game's been pretty generous to Raph this whole series with like bunches of EOPs, and this is now the moment where it decides to troll them. It'll give him some EOPs, but Kick's getting some Nixus. At least there's a cliff though. Could maybe just let those two go. So there's some nerfs, there's some berries, there's some EOPs. I don't think there's any lure at all. No. So that's all we got. Looks like there's some gangs of Auris roaming the plains as well. Interesting stuff. I'm going to speed up because I just feel like I've been doing this all day. And we're going to get through that early T. This is going to be a long one as well, I think, the T1. It's because of that lack of food. So yeah, straight onto these. I wonder if he's going to lure these Acklys in early. That'll be a bad time. Shooting this one because it was close. I like it. Kick eating a nerf and then straight onto the EOPs. Oh, there are moments when they're all on the side of the cliff, that's good. And there it is. Fortunately, he does have basic training. So no casualty there. Just a slight EOP tax incurred by the Ackley. Carbon processor being dropped here for Kick. It's pretty healthy looking carbon, that. It's nice. And that's interesting. So I could easily wall this off and have this, the Nova, super safe. Could maybe T3 with this. There is the fear of Mounties, but that's kind of hot. Get a Nova processor here, walling this up a little bit. Yeah, we like that. Just furthest away. Excuse me. Furthest away point there as well. Oh, the other Ackley. There's only one. It's going to kill two, isn't it? It kills that one. Oh no, he's realised. Because it would have killed this worker and then killed this worker. Because he never had two fighting it. What a hindrance. Oh, where's the scout when you need him? Oh. There's Kick's notice of this. So he's going to wall this instead. Go for the T3. And unfortunately for him, Raf has dropped the troop centre already. What the fuck? Where are they going? Are these actually trying to run all the way around? Right, they've stopped now. Kick's got this walled though. There's just no way for him to rush him. That's fine. That's fine. You'd have to go all the way around here and he's going to wall this. He's spending a lot on it. I think Raf's just going to realise now that, oh shit, he's walled me out. You can't even really get a turret on this either. So Raf's just going to have to T3 himself. What's the food switch? There's a lot behind. So I think the play would be for Kick. T3, double airbase, and get on him. I think that's the play. On to ore. I think he's gonna. Oh, he's a Nova, that's fine. I thought he was maybe gonna sell ore. The scout's unfortunately trapped in here with him to be annoying. But on his way to T3. This looks like he's just considering, what if he mounties me? So being clever with the placement of the buildings. I like that. And Raf will be desperate to try and get himself to T3. He started there. So he's not too far behind. But he's probably going to have to go air as well. Because he can't traverse the terrain. Can't get past the wall. And it's a beautiful amount of land that Kick's got grabbed up here. Where he really could pull ahead is if we gate this up and do strike mechs and rally them over. I think we would drop double air base here. That would be my expectation. So there's one air base. And we can afford another one. What you can also do is just buy carbon, drop it. Building an anti-air turret already, and his opponent's not even T3. Instead of just getting on top of him and assessing whether he's going to need one or not. So he's throwing out a strike mech. Not sure what path he's deleted his wall. I'd like to see him build a gate. A bit senseless to build this nice beautiful wall and then not have a gate. He's getting on here with a strike mech. But there is an air base for Raf as well, so it's just going to be one air base versus one air base. Two air base and I think he's killed Raf, to be honest. Or done some serious damage to him, because it's hard to defend this base. Like, to be over here and then over here. With one troop centre and little notice for building the anti-air troopers. And now he's going to double air base. Right, we've got a double air base for both players then. Okay. Early second command centre for Kick, that's unusual for him as well. And in this instance, Raf has not got his yet. He's just a little bit behind. He's had to make this mech destroyer. That's really where the carbon's gone. And this cliff that's been revealed here is messing up his carbon line. And these two troopers hunting down the Nixus. So, passivity again now for Kick. You know, you should have been the aggressor for a bit, but now he just wants to defend. Did build that gate. Good stuff. We could maybe do is try and T4. He's got a wall. He's getting a research centre already, but I think what he really needs is to get a bunch of farms. Like another 15 farms or so, get the food income roaring. Then drop the buildings and tech. I can just defend with his air. Defend with his air, get to T4, upgrade his air first, take a trade, win. Probably what it comes down to. Look at all this carbon that we've got. Like so much carbon and not enough food. Like, you'd honestly take these workers off of carbon and just build farms with them, because we're going to replace them very quickly with the command centers. And Raft doing the same sort of things. Kick might have the same plan at this point now, that, well, fuck, we're just going to have to go T4. It's interesting to see it play out this way. The second Nova processor. Oh my god, 1,000 carbon. Get more CCs, get more farms. Mine one up here as well. So Kick's going to move out on the map. And this could be disaster for him if he loses his air. He loses 2, 3. And Raf's going to push him. See, Raf's looking very comfy with his units here. Another ant here. Nope, it's a power core. He's going to take a lot of worker kills here. And Kick feels forced to take a trade. And it's a bad trade. Harsh. He's got the food, but he's lost the units. We could sell carbon. Just sell the carbon. Now we go, we're selling the carbon. We're going to hit the T3. Get the T4 button rather. And he's going to have to drop a bunch of air bases. I don't like that he was going to build them here. I should build them up here and just hide them, you know? Hide them from your opponent. See the sentry post? He's trying to get vision of what's going on. He's trying to see into Kick space because he can't scout it properly. So he's only really scouted about this area, so you could hide them up here. And then just hide all your air here around the research centre. Wait for them to upgrade and then go forth and take the trade. Now looking at the other side of things, Raf is nowhere near T4. He's not booming as hard as he usually does. He's been quite focused on making these fighters and pushing the advantage. You can see he's built a transport and he's going to think, oh, I'm going to put some strike mechs and some MDs in here and I'm going to drop them across. Because Kick's going to have you know, nothing to defend that. But increasing the air bases up now, he's going to match his fighter count soon. And then he will be T4 very soon. And that's going to be tough for Raf to deal with. Because these are going to do so much damage when they get upgraded to advanced fighters that they'll kill this little push. This is just coming way too late. I'm going to have to restart my client after this one because it's starting to lag a little bit. What a gentleman. It's like he was holding the door for the rest of the units. So I'm going to defend with the fighters. It won't take them long to clean up this. Just waiting to get shields. And Raf's going to be in a world of hurt. He's going to want to hide his own fighters, which means he's going to have nothing to defend. He's just going to have to hide in his command centers. And in a 1v1, unlike a team game, that is going to spell disaster because you're just not mining and there's no one to come and rescue you. So fast fighters with upgraded armor. I don't know if we've got advanced. Advanced fighters almost done. Getting the accuracy upgrade as well. He's going to really go for it here. This fighter doing a little bit of damage, but it gets one shot. And Raf's desperately got to hide his fighters now. And hide in his own command centers as well. I'd like to see more of these coming out, and I'd like to see Kick out in the map now and build it forward. Just to follow this up. Because I think the person that does the airing here, you get it forward and then you just get the artillery out right with the 12 range. And you can just sit and keep them safe with your fighters. So Raf does hit T4, he's hidden his fighters, but Kick's searching for them. And it looks like he just calls GG, he's out to find them. He's accepted that that's a bad time for him. So we'll update this. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to restart this client. Just simply because the it's starting to lag. And it will show up in the game now. So where was I? That's 7:57. That was game 6, so we're on to game 7. Flats. So it's 28, yeah, okay. So this is game 7. Will be the last one we do in this video. So flats is the map. It's a bit like Geonosis, I guess. So there are a lot of cliffs and stuff, but even more than so. Just tons and tons of cliffs and lots of little groups of trees as well, which can make it quite easy to wall like the last map. So you can see some berries here that you can just rally your workers onto while you're scouting to see what food there is, and to be honest, there's not a lot of food. There's been a surprising lack of food in this series, really. I don't think I've ever seen maps, I think other than the first game, that had a lot of hunt. To be honest, some of the most hunt we saw was on Space Mass with the Minox. So onto the berries here. You can shoot these caddies as well, they're kind of close, like this one's at least edible, I think, in terms of distance. But other than that, it's just going to be berries and then farms. And I think this feels like a T3 map, to be honest. The way the food is and how easy it is to wall. The only issue is that we're both Trade Federation here. Both Kick and RAF, both on the TF. Which means you can't make prefab shelters to wall. So by building a food processor over here, he's going to be able to eat these caddies. It's not much food, but it is something, and they do gather it kind of fast. I'm going to speed up, get out of the early game. It's going to be a long T1. I'm going to do a bit of micro there to get the worker queued. And again. 6 food away from the next one. Just grab one of them. Yeah, they've done it for him. Oh, perfect. So carbon down, carbon down. If they do go into a rush, I think Raf's got a very nice base here. This area is nice and open, but also closed on the sides. So you can grab up a lot of land to sort of farm in safely. Okay, on the other hand, you could get a nice wall here, and to be honest, a nice wall here as well. So we will see. I could really just see both players just T3 and not walling or anything, but just both T3. I think this would be the map for it. But there is that little bit at the back of your mind when you play Trade Federation that makes you just want to rush. So you don't have to build prefab shelters and stuff, you just feel you want to build the troopers, pump them out, go for the super fast rush. Before you realise the civ's horrible and you've got no carbon because of the carbon gather speed nerf. So looking dead even. Not much to say. It's just nothing happening. Even got it 2 times speed, it's just going to take a while. You see the food gathering up now and the carbon gathering up, so we'll see what decisions they're going to make and what's their strategic choice for this game. It's going to be a troop centre for RAF and a troop centre for Kick. So neither opting for the T3. Dear me. tired. It's a lot of talking. I'm basically just talking to myself. Well, talking to you guys, but you know what I mean. Power core dropping. Power core for both. No scout harass from either player. So I'm starting to build the trooper recruits now. I'm going to want to get the second troop centre as well. I think Raph might just go for 1 TC and maybe try and angle out a quicker tech level 3. Because he's looking to be the aggressor. Is he building a turret there? Oh, he's completely botched it though. He's trying to sneak it, I guess, but he didn't get seen. And the workers were on him quickly, and he didn't have the troopers over there in time to wrestle control of the area. So I think it was maybe I will put a turret down and some troops and try and box them in, and then I will try and get a T3 quicker. But having that fail, he's dropping a second troop centre now. And Kick's probably going to feel a bit emboldened. However, he's dropped a sentry post, which is going to stop him double turreting. He's dropping another one as well. This is fine while he's got the numbers to defend himself. What do you think of the turret on this farms? Interesting. I wonder if these workers are going to go over to ore when he runs out of bushes. I can see that maybe being the case. And a sentry post. So moving out on the map now, I'm going to put this to 1.3. I'm going to push over into Raph's base. Raph's going to drop a turret here. Not 2 turrets, doesn't need 2, but he's got the numbers to defend this, so Kick can't really be taking a trade. And for some reason they're both on the sentry posts. I guess this is their consolation to not being able to wall with prefab shelters. They're just going for the sentry posts so they can see things ahead of time. Certainly interesting, but you can still put light walls, or you can put heavy walls. Or medium walls, rather. But each to their own. So even with the advanced knowledge, Kick is going to sneak in here and maybe kill one thing. Actually, just going to kill a trooper. I'll have to pull off here. I'm getting a bit hoarse, and I did bring up some sparkling water here. It's cool. Should really be drinking this, at least sipping it in between here. I don't know if that's some nice ASMR sounds for you, the pouring of sparkling water. And the twisting of a lid. Oh, feeling a bit better now. It's a nice second carbon here for Kick. He's not really suffering any aggression at all. Raph's just wanting to sit in his base here. He may be feeling a little bit uncomfortable in this game. With this type of map, having to rush, and with his early plan as well, getting pushed back. He's not maybe wanting to rock the boat. He is quite ahead in this series as well, being 4 up to 2, so maybe he's just like, okay, I'll just play it safe and I'll just wait for my opportunity. Don't need to do anything too crazy. Whereas we might think on the other instance that Kick has to do something crazy. He needs to make some big moves, like last game with the T4. Certainly got him a result. But big control groups of troopers, and no one really looking like they're going T3 either. There's a spaceport dropping here. There's a lot more farms for Raph, but I think there might be a big trooper trade. Because Raph's probably going to want to fight him to preserve his farms. Although Kick's moving into the sort of area where the turret is, I think it'd be better to come in here. So worker goes down. Trooper for a trooper. Kick patrolling into him. Raph does not want to take the trade. Kick does have armor as well, which is going to mean a lot in this fight actually, because there's a lot of troopers. And these guys are getting... See, this worker is bugging these guys out on the left hand flank, and he's just crushing through. And he's going to get on top of the farms here as well. What he needs to do is kill the farms. and just stay ahead. But his troops like stopped and just firing. There seems to be a lot of this strange shit going on at the moment, with units just cancelling commands and doing some other command. You can come in and shoot the farms. I don't know if Rast... He is very near to going T3. But he's going to be put on the back foot for a little bit by Kick here. Kick again, not building enough farms. Like, look at the eco. He's had to sell carbon and then just buy food. I mean, it'll work. But for how safe his base is, you could have had, you know, like a lot more farms. Just a lot stronger of an economy core with food. So mech factory. Because he sold the carbon, he might not be going for his patented 3 mech factories, but we'll see. And he's going to have the ability to kill off these farms of Rafts. Who's playing a bit of a dangerous game here with these workers on this carbon area. He's trying to build walls around it. Just to stall. But if Kick surges forward... He's not babysitting his units. He's winning the trade, but he's not actually paying attention. He just needs to walk in. I'd kill a lot of workers. Oh, this is a disaster. $11, $12, $13 workers. 14. 14 workers going down. And the troops are still alive. He's going to have to clean them up. And looks like he's just resigned there. So, Kick taking that one there. And that's the last game that I've got on this one. So there'll be a third part to this once they've played the rest of the games. We'll update this. But it's looking a bit more competitive now. Kick 3, RAF 4. So there'll be 4 more games, provided they're able to go all 4. So it'll be the first one to get 6 wins. Should win this out. So, I'll see you in the next video, and as always, just if you look at the description, you'll see the link to the GBG Discord, you'll see the link to Voobly, where you can play the game online and get the nice desktop resolution here, and get the game to operate in a manner where you can record it if you want to make videos yourself. And if you look in the GBG Discord, there will be a 3v3 tournament in December. You can go and find more information in one of the channels about that there. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.